So I just thought I would bring you guys a bit of a day in the life of Christmas schooling. I keep adding things to our list, and today is no different. We've decided to do actually 2 days of Nutcracker. So here are the steps. Step 1, make sure you follow all those lovely mamas on Instagram that make amazing things. And then what you want to do is block off time in your calendar for it. We are going to be taking 2 days for Nutcracker school. Then you want to print out and get ready all of your resources. I was looking on Spotify for music that would go with this Nutcracker unit. I also searched all of our streaming services, so Amazon Prime, and I looked on Netflix to see what everyone had. And I checked our local library website to see if they had any resources from there, and I ordered some books. So day 1, we had cereal, and we were reading all about the origins of the Nutcracker and basically a history lesson going into all of that. It was really fun because what I started to do is I used the Nutcracker kind of as a puppet to tell about the history, and the kids really thought that was entertaining. Total win. What we're using to springboard off of is this Nutcracker unit study by Liberty Lions Academy. I have followed Secret, the lady who made this, on Instagram since I started my account actually, and she always does a Nutcracker week in her home, and I actually have been loving their Nutcracker week when she shares about it on Instagram before she even opened her shop. So now she is selling this Nutcracker unit study, and I'm so excited to go and look inside of it. There's Nutcracker history in here. We read that this morning. There's Nutcracker art study. There's like a bunch of public domain paintings in here that are gorgeous to study about, and there's like some prompting pages to go through that with your kids. And there's also a Nutcracker craft, which is right here, and you make this little pig doll thing and tell the story. So I think that's really cool. She shares resources in here. There's also clock math, which I was actually really excited about because we switched, for my younger son, we switched to Math UC this year, and I'm kind of missing a little bit of clock teaching, and I was just thinking I need to find a few resources to do some analog clock sort of time telling. So that's perfect. So that's in this unit as well. And there's some coloring pages, and there are also some prompts. When you go and look into the history, you learn about the different people who have made the Nutcracker story famous. And there's a novel and ballet comparison chart here, and there's another one here too, and this one here. So we're going to compare the novel and the ballet. So we're going to compare the novel and the ballet, and I think that's going to be a really fun way to analyze the story. Plus, as you're going to see, we're going to plan to just watch different clips and videos, movies available, all kinds of things, just to kind of deep dive into the Nutcracker and check out what it's all about, get to know the story. If you are interested in this unit by Liberty Lions Academy, she does have some clickable links. There's a few pages, her favorite resources. There's a link to watch the Nutcracker ballet right on here, a link to listen to Tchaikovsky's famous music. I think we're going to be listening to Tchaikovsky. Am I saying that right? I have no idea, actually. We're going to be doing that just on our Spotify app. So we'll immerse ourselves in some classical music while we go through all this. So what we did is we just had the novel playing while we did our stuff at the table. We did the word search, we did some coloring pages, and just some things around the table so that we could pass the time while we listened to the novel. And of course, we will take any opportunity to hop downstairs and watch movies. Something I love about unit studies, and when we get unit studies, is to make it our own. I like to take what I see. I like to springboard off where we want to, skip things if we want to skip things. But the boys have come up with something that they really want to do today. And they have built a Nutcracker. Give us the view, you guys. Look at him. He's so cute. So for the time-telling part of the unit from Liberty Lions Academy, what I did is I put the clock just in a menu sleeve. Then I gave each of my boys a pile of cards with times on them that were like in digital time style, and they each had dry erase markers, and then they would draw in the analog time, kind of taking turns. We sort of made a game out of it, and they actually really enjoyed this a lot. And the longhand to the... Yeah. So I'm just trying to decide kind of what we want to do for which days. We're going to take 2 days to do this, but there's art study, there's history that we did. I think I'll leave the puppet things to tomorrow. So there is a novel to ballet comparison that we want to do. So I do want to read the novel over the next 2 days. So we're going to get that free from LibriVox. But just to start, sometimes when you're reading classical books, it's nice for the kids to watch a movie, a version of it first, just so they have a little bit of context. They seem to follow the book a little bit better. So anyway, the one that we watched today that we just finished is the Nutcracker in 3D. It's free for us on Amazon Prime, so I thought we'd try that. I don't think it's 100% true to the book, but it's still good. It's still a traditional Nutcracker story. So we watched that. We're going to read the book today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we plan on watching the ballet, and we'll see what other kind of versions we find in the meantime. One project that we love to do in our house, and we seem to do a lot, is salt dough. And so I thought, while we listen to the book, let's make some salt dough things, maybe some Nutcracker salt dough or something like that. So we mixed them up and we did a salt dough project while we listened to our audiobook. Then we decided maybe we should have some poetry tea time. So we made some London Fogs, and we got out the Sugar Plum poem that comes with the unit, and we read that, as well as we did our coloring sheets while we listened to more of the audiobook.
To walk backwards. The princess straightway swallowed the kernel, and behold, her ugly shape was gone.
Okay, today is day 2. I'm currently getting my second cup of coffee to go back onto the couch and cuddle with the kids and listen to the last 3 chapters of the novel. And then we get to watch the ballet, and the kids are really looking forward to that. We're going to make some popcorn. We're going to watch it this morning, and then we're going to do the novel ballet comparison that comes with that unit. So then once that's done, we will have watched the movie, read the book, or listened to the book, and watch the ballet. And so then the craft for this unit is to make your own paper peg doll show. And so we'll be working on that today. I think we will be equipped enough and know the story enough for that. Also this afternoon, I plan to do some poetry tea time, or I guess actually we did the poem yesterday that came with the unit. It's on sugar plums, but today I think we're just going to do art appreciation and classical music appreciation. We have listened to a little bit of Tchaikovsky stuff, but I think we're going to just keep that going all day long today, so we get to know that stuff really well. Also, I got a book from the library that's like one of those books that comes with a CD. So I think if I have some things to do, I'm going to send the kids with that book and that CD that they can flip through and read along with on their own. That'll be the kind of their independent work today. Oh, and we have to paint our salt dough as well.
The little fairy, awake, awake, music and song, bim, bim, fishes, sim, sim.
There's nothing like getting up and making popcorn at 9 a.m. in order to go downstairs and watch a movie with the kids. But hey, it's school, so we're doing it and we're loving it. So as soon as that was done, I did a quick tidy, and then we got right into our novel to book or novel to ballet comparison. And so I just kind of went over, I used the stuff that was in our unit to show about all the men who created the Nutcracker, the books, and the ballets and stuff like that. So I went through all those pictures to show them and just kind of clarified the differences that we found between the novel and the ballet. And then we started on one of the sweetest crafts ever. So we took a shoebox and we did the craft that was in the unit where you convert a box into a little home theater. So following the instructions, we made this little theater box. The kids took care of cutting out all the puppets. We glued them onto sticks, and we were ready for our very own peg doll puppet show. Now, one thing I really appreciated about this is because we've experienced a few different versions of the Nutcracker by now, this gave the kids the opportunity to talk very practically about the differences between what they had noticed, collaborate, work together, and put on their own version of the show the way they want to tell the story. So for today's tea time, we actually mixed it up and we went with hot chocolate instead. So we made our own cocoa hot chocolate, and we did, instead of poetry, we did art study today. And the unit came with art study that had some prompts, some questions to go through with the kids, and it was really fun to see all these old paintings and talk about them and just appreciate them together. And then lastly, we were painting up our salt dough stuff from yesterday. A quick tip I thought I would throw in here is that when we do a unit that we know that we're going to probably repeat another year, what I will do is I will actually get a little file folder and put all of our printable or printable leftovers into it so that we can find it again. I'll also write on the file folder any kind of websites or resources we had found things in that were useful, and also maybe what file the printable is on my phone or computer so I could reprint anything that's needed for next time. Well, there we go. It's the end of day 2 with this guy here. He was really fun to learn about and have in our home. We really love this unit study. We will do this again. In fact, next year I'm thinking maybe we take a whole week and do a Nutcracker week like Secret does over at Liberty Lions Academy. She did such a great job of her unit. I highly recommend it. Go check it out. I will put the links below to where I found everything, including the unit study. And yeah, have fun with it. Have a fun Christmas season and all the things that you guys are learning about. Bye.